Hey y'all, what's up? Big Willie here, and welcome back to another episode of our Prison Escapes Beginnings Let's Play. In today's episode, we need to get into some industrial foregoing for some ether gas, Supreme machine frames, and Project E, I guess, to try and help with our resource production. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty. So, yeah, like I said, industrial foregoing, the fluid laser-based Supreme machine frame, ether gas, whatever, and then Project T. Let's do Project T first, if we can, and we'll go from there. So for Project T, we need a philosopher's stone, which we need covalence dust, which means we need a dragon star. So we need to make an infuser. Cool, yeah. So let's make this infuser. Looks like we can do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4 buckets. And we definitely have a dragon egg. So, you know, that is no biggie. So there's the infuser that we need. Funny how these go together, and that wasn't even necessarily my intention, but okay, instead of continuing more contraptions in this big old long line, let's just pick another spot. How about another line? We'll go right here. Let's get a flux point. And then we can get ourselves some power going. Here we go. Let's toss on this infuser. All right, there we go. So the infuser. Now, what did we need the infuser for? We needed the infuser to make dragon stars. So we need dragon's breath with liquid skulk matter, or a laser drill over an ender dragon. So we'd have to like summon one and contain him. All right, let's I guess we might need a data model of the Ender Dragon, although I think we can get these some other way. We can buy them. They can definitely be, yeah, we may need a dragon data model, but all right. So wait, dragon's breath. Let's take a look at this. Oh, we have dragon egg essence. Can we craft? No, we can't. Shoot. Yeah, we're going to need a way to get more of this, it looks like. But anyways, we do have enough dragon's breath for, I guess, what it is we need to do here. So let's take a look at that one more time. Let's make sure we're going to have enough before we chase this rabbit. So we need a dragon star each. Are you serial? Let's see. Okay. Per covalence dust. Holy crud. That's pricey. Quantum alloy we have. So we're going to need a minimum of 2 dragon stars, which are a bucket of liquid dragon's breath and another star in the infuser. And we need the dissolution chamber to get the liquid dragon's breath. So liquid, let's look that up. Liquid chorus, liquid dragon's breath takes, holy smokes, yeah, we're going to need way, way more dragon's breath than what we have. So we're going to need an Ender Dragon data model for this. Boy, oh boy. Or we can buy them, but how much do we get? Let's go look at that. Marketplace. Dragon's breath. 3 for a gold coin. Yeah, no. No, we'd be better to just summon a dragon and run around and get a bunch. Yeah, so please hold while I go get a bunch of dragon's breath. Okay, y'all, before I went to the dragon, I was trying to remember my fight before, and it was rough because we had no creative flight. And I was looking at the easiest way for us to get creative flight in this pack. I think it's going to be through augments with mystical agriculture. So it looks like we just need some nether stars and some supremium essence. So let's get out 4 of those. And then we are going to need to make the chest plate. We can use, I think it's got to be a tier 4, tier 5. Let's see. What is this? I want to say it can go in the supremium, which is what I've got crafted up. So let's grab out 4 of these. Let's put those back in before the system makes a bunch more. I crafted up the unattuned augment. We are going to need the augment station or whatever it's called. Let's see. At mist. There it is. Table. Tinkering table. We're going to need one of those to be able to put the augments in. And then let's put in these patterns for the chest plate. I went ahead and put a diamond chest plate in there. Went ahead and made the supremium sword just to give us something with a more attack damage. We're up to 27 attack damage on the supremium sword versus the 11 we're getting on our celestium sword from Just Dire Things. So let's come on over here, and to make our creative flight augment, we take the unattuned augment, which is just iron and prosperity shards, and then we put our essence around the outside here. We can go ahead and tell the system to make our chest plate. So supremium chest plate, go gadget crafting. Don't know why that's hung up. Maybe my pattern's wrong again. Let's cancel it and go take a look at those patterns. There is our augment, which probably went in the backpack. Yep, there we go. Let's turn off that pickup. Okay, so there's our creative flight augment. Now we just need to figure out why our chest plate does not want to craft. What if I just make this one? Nope, it's getting hung up somewhere. I had this happen a second ago, and it was because it was looking for an enchanted item in the chest plate. So let's just go ahead and make a diamond chest plate and now see if it'll do it. It's looking like that's a no, and we're still stuck on that craft. So let's take a look at that recipe. Let's put it in here. It wants just a plain diamond chest plate. All right. Let's put our pattern back and see if we can get it to happen this time. Oh, I didn't take the pattern out. Got to take it out. Okay, come on, do it. We should be able to go all the way to this one. Still getting hung on the first. So let's just manually craft it. Tell it to make up our other pieces, bits and bobs. And then now, yeah, see, it's trying to use one of those ones. Let's just make a regular diamond chest plate. There we go. That might be why it wasn't working, as it was trying to use these. So we probably ought to turn off allow substitutes, but it doesn't really matter because now it should be able to make it, because it'll start with that unenchanted. There we go. It'll start with the unenchanted one. All right, 2, put our augment in so that we can have creative flight. We need to put down our tinkering table. Now we'll just put it, let's put it right there. And then we're going to put our chest plate in, and we're going to put our augment for flight in and take our chest plate out. Now, if we swap out our chest plate, we should, creative flight. There we go. That'll make this dragon fight so much easier. Hope that helps you guys in your worlds. I'm going to toss our celestium chest plate into our backpack. Probably ought to slap some prop 4 on this before we go, and then I'll be back once I've got all the breath that we need. All right, y'all. Well, this is going to be a short episode. It's kind of going to be a short end to the series. I really would have loved to continue playing the pack, but there are some just kind of game-breaking bugs. I mean, there are exploits that would work no matter what pack you're in, and I try not to use them. But, I mean, for example, right now, anything going on in mystical agriculture that rewards the seed pouch drops everything. So anything that has this right here, instead of just giving you one or a chance of one, gives you all of them. I've had a couple of other things where I've voided some items off to avoid it. However, it's sort of robbing the fun of the pack for me. But thanks to one of the community members who told me about what's inside this cardboard box right here, we can get out of jail. I mean, you know, and I think I'm just going to do that to end it because we've got some other server issues going on that are kind of stealing the fun for everybody playing with me on the server in the pack. So I think it's time for us to tell this one goodbye and maybe move on. So look forward to Monday being a new series. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I got some ideas of what I might like to play. But anyways, let's go see what's in that chest because my door's already open. I don't even need the key card. I don't even know how that door got open. But let's just you know, please don't judge me for showing you this exploit right here. But you know, it's totally a thing that works, and I can get out of jail right now. Look at there. Creative memory chip for replication, flight augment, which we made one of today. Basically all the creative items. There's creative items in here that are just infinite, uncommon ink, capacity infinite, yellow creative controller for refined storage, creative mob farms, which just, I guess, are super fast. I don't know. Creative energy cube. This one doesn't have any power in it. This is just the one that has base power. Vending upgrade from functional storage. Ooh. I want to try something with this. Let's see. Drawer. Gimme. Yes. And then is there a recipe for this, or was the only way to get this to get in there? There's no recipe. Now I wonder. Polonium. Haha. Oh, let's see if we could cheese it. There's how we get all the polonium we need in a hurry right there, y'all. Yeah, so this pack, I had so much fun with it. I have no idea why this door is open. This door is supposed to be closed. But for whatever reason, mine is open because you're supposed to have to make the level 5 key card to open it. So when I came over here and was just wandering around in between clips looking and saw that, I was just like, you know what? That doesn't really matter. So this creative ME storage cell, I think basically if we put this in our, here, let me take a stack of them. That's so cheesy. Let me take a stack of them. Let's go see what this does. Because some of these creative items, I don't normally play through to the end of packs to get to a lot of these creative items. I want to see what happens when we do this. Like, so does that just mean I can pull out anything I want? No, it looks like it still counts down items. What does it do? Like, how do that do that? Or can I just like look up something I know I don't have a recipe for? So let's see, like a transmutation tablet. Nope. Yeah, so it does. I don't know what the creative ME storage cell does. Does it need to be like partitioned in the thing or something? Hold on. Yeah, no, that's still missing. So I'm not real sure what that's for. If you do, if you know, put it in the comments. But yeah, this is going to be the end of Prison Escape Beginnings for us. It just, It's unfortunate. I think Droof had some real life things go on that, if you're interested, hop over in their Discord. Development may come back on the pack, but this is where we are going to wrap up our adventures. We got all kinds of fun creative items here. There is creative power for us right there. Applied energistics, and then we can probably use a bus to get it out. So there's your unlimited power. I mean, we got basically everything now. It's kind of cheesy to break through and do it that way, but I had a lot of fun with this pack, despite its flaws and issues, and the updates that changed so much of the pack, which I think are part of our server problems. It was a lot of fun. I mean, even just the basic challenges of like getting out of the cells, that's a struggle for a lot of people. There were plenty of other ways you could cheese into all these rooms too. People are throwing ender pearls through walls and various other sorts of things. Cheesing a pack is not necessarily how I like to do things, but we are kind of at an impasse here in my community because the server is essentially unplayable. I have had to delete a player's base over something that had to do with the update that just broke his base. Nothing the player was doing, just it wasn't good. So without anything else, we're gonna wrap it up here. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and we'll see y'all Monday in a new adventure.